Greetings to all our viewers. What a stupendous last 2 weeks we had. Last week run was not anticipated by many of the traders, and we were not an exception. While we were bullish, we didn't anticipate such a large move. So let's look what is in store for us in the coming week. With that, we will move with Hussain for the NeoWave analysis. Hey, hi Hussain. So 2 weeks of relentless uptrend.
Yes, sir.
Look now.
Market has been in rocket mode. That's all I can say.
I know.
Yeah. So let's just do a recap since we have 2 weeks of price data to cover. We had met last on Friday 24th. That's the price action that we had. I'm just going to hit the replay button for a second. For some reason, I can't find it. Chalo, done it. This is a price action that we had until our last meeting. Okay? Based on the 75-minute time frame, we had taken some pattern which we were proved wrong, and we had corrected ourselves and said that we are no longer in a flat pattern which we had seen on 75 minutes. There was no indication कि ये D wave खत्म हो रहा है या is it going to end and give us an E wave retracement? ठीक है? So all we had said कि हाँ ये D wave is still ongoing and it can go on till 4th of December. This is the higher time. We had said 4th and 1st December. We've already passed that. So I'm just saying that 4th December तक ये चल सकता है. We had also said कि अगर कुछ gap down हुआ या कुछ नीचे की तरफ प्रस्थान हुआ तो 19627 आप एक लेवल पकड़ के चलिए जहां पे we can comfortably say कि okay, now we are in the E wave. Right? Now what happens sir कि when the very next day when we met, I'll switch on the candles. This is the 28th on Tuesday. Initially, this BD trend line that I had drawn na, is just because we had seen this retracement over here. I said कि चलो ऐसा कुछ expectation है मेरा कि यहाँ पे D wave ये high है तो let's just keep it over there and see what happens. I'm going to switch off the candles. ये तोड़ दिया उसने, right?
Yep.
Now, in our video, we had also considered this possibility and we had said कि अगर ये टूटता है और ये continue रहता है ना तो 19,975 to 20,050 तक ये जाएगा. इतना तो शक्ति इसमें दिख रहा है. अगर इसको भी तोड़ देता है then we will move towards all time high. Right. So in essence, we had some pattern on the day time frame. We were wanting an E wave ताकि ये pattern एक complete हुए.
Correct.
Obviously, market has its own way of moving ahead. ये नया all time high भी बना गया. I'm taking a few more minutes on this pattern क्योंकि in our last video also I had shown some other neutral triangles जहां पे there's always a relation between wave A and wave E.
That's right.
In spite of seeing those patterns which are made in our market only, this third time around, we are barely seeing any relation between wave A and wave E. Okay, but what we are seeing is a tremendous amount of thrust, right? Because of this thrust, it is forcing us कि boss, ये तो तू भूल जा, ये E wave का जो तेरा expectation है यहाँ भूल जा, ये कुछ नया ही start हुआ है. So what I did, sir, that in our market we have Nifty, Bank Nifty, which are highly liquid indexes, right?
Yes.
So I said, चलो, Bank Nifty is more than 37% part of Nifty. वहां पे क्या पैटर्न बन रहा है? Let me take a clue from there. That was the approach.
Yep.
So what I did was, and I'll just show you here. This is Bank Nifty. ठीक है? यहाँ पे भी same pattern बना है. ये अपना A wave था. This B wave has taken less time. So all the rules of triangle are available here. ये अपना C leg था. ये D, and if you see there is some retracement that we can say कि हाँ boss ये नीचे तो आया. Okay. Now we can even end this here because यहाँ से thrust आया है. So I can say कि okay, ये pattern wise ये मेरा A B C D E I can conclude ये मेरा BD ट्रेंड लाइन है और ये भागा है ऊपर. We have seen the same and obviously Bank Nifty is a whole different animal. उसका thrust बहुत ज्यादा आता है. तो you can see कि इतना सारा thrust आ गया यहाँ पे. So just to give you कि yes, you know, in Nifty अपना E-wave Bank Nifty जितना कोई relation नहीं दिखाया है, but in Bank Nifty we had some down. This was our recap, sir.
Yeah.
So just to summarize that, we were expecting an E wave जो हमें मार्केट फोर्स कर रहा है कि इतना थ्रस्ट तो डी वेव का नहीं होता है. दिस इज समथिंग न्यू, राइट? We had considered 19,975 to 20,050 and if it breaks all time high, obviously it will keep going. वो भी हुआ. तो अभी हम ये निकाल देते हैं. Now, what can we see in the week to come? Let me take this out also and this out also. ठीक है? This rocket does not seem to be cooling off. If I just take you on a 75-minute time frame for a second, and we will also look on the 15-minute time frame because we were able to pull out a really nice trade in the second half of Friday. यहाँ पे भी we had some sideways movement, है ना? So basically the prices played between this high and this low. To take you on a 15-minute time frame, let me just do this.
And so basically between 20,900 to 21,000.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I'll take this out. तो यहाँ पे ना we had seen this subdivided down move. Whenever the A wave is subdivided ना यहाँ पे triangle बनता है. ठीक है? We take the time of the A wave. We see B wave has taken less time. ये C नीचे आया. Wave B and wave D have to alternate price, time and complexity. तो हमें ये D wave भी दिख गया. ये wave भी नीचे आया. So we obviously want to see this BD trend line to break, but to consider this E wave क्या ये खत्म हुआ है ना, तो ये टूटना चाहिए. ये trend line टूटना चाहिए. ठीक है? And I'll just switch on the candles. This crink that you see here ना sir, इसमें I'm just considering this as a ABC pattern. ठीक है?
Right.
I'll switch this on. So when this turned around, somewhere here is where we got in and we were able to capture this move. So bringing this, you know, the reason to show you on a 15-minute time frame also is जो आपका बड़ा time frame 75 minute पे बन रहा है ना, उसका end point आपको lower time frame chart पे मिलता है. That is where we were able to capture this up move in spite of the, you know, I think this was also an event day on Friday. We had the RBI governor's views and, you know, everything was going on and he sounded a little hawkish, but the market just carried on. अभी क्या होता है सर? I will just take you for a second onto the weekly time frame. ठीक है? In my experience in NeoWave, whenever a larger time frame chart turns up, the lower time frame charts, उनकी waves है ना messy हो जाते हैं. Okay? So like I showed you that pattern on the day time frame where we expecting a triangle, वो E wave आया ही नहीं जो अपना expectation था. So that forced me to A, go to Bank Nifty and say कि वहां पे कुछ हुआ है, and B, Nifty के higher time frame chart पे कुछ start हुआ है क्या? So as of right now, just as a target, or rather pattern you can say, this was our last leg of this B wave. ठीक है? When I say last leg, let's just say that ये अपना B wave था and this was a C wave that was going on. Okay? हमने क्या किया? इसका वक्त लिया और इस पे डाल दिया. This correction has taken less time than this up move.
Correct.
This tells me two things. One, the market is not ready to come down and obviously the recent price action proves that. Second, ये अगर जाना है ऊपर तो इसके रिलेशन में ये कितना जाएगा? So it has already crossed 61%. We will take the next level of 21,242. Correct. And that is our forecast for the coming week. And I will just caution people for a second, and I've written this down here. Let's just bring it. So for our forecast for the coming week, we are looking at 20,240. I wouldn't be surprised if we go even more than that. But we have an event on Tuesday.
Correct.
Right? So just be cautious for Monday, Tuesday. Keep this level of 20,851 as an important level to watch what prices are doing over there. If at all on Monday there is some retracement or some gap down or whatever. Again, I'm not saying that there should be one. On the other hand, I am bullish and saying that probably there could be even a move to the top side. I wouldn't be surprised. So for our forecast for the coming week, 21,240 is a high probability. Just be cautious on Tuesday. देखते हैं क्या होता है.
Sure. Yeah, sounds good. I think, this upswing, what we saw, is fairly strong. So we should not be in any hurry to short the market. At best, you are cautious and you may be deploying smaller capital, but there's no point in shorting it. Of course, I mean, intraday, you may get some moves where you can short, but any longer time frame chart, there is no shorts here. So watch the price action. Seems to be a new wave that is started. But what pattern it will form, etc. We will have to wait for some time to see how things are unfolding before we can say that, look, this is the pattern it is forming. Yep.
That's right, sir.
Great.
The markets have, put us a little bit in caution mode also, but we have really enjoyed this up move. And if you were on the right side of the trend, you made a
I'm sure most of the folks are enjoying. Just that the traders who are in the habit of shorting, they may be finding it difficult. Yeah. So sure. So with that, we will move to the next section. Now that we have looked at the NeoWave analysis, where we are keeping the bullish outlook, and the first target we are saying is another 250 odd points up. Let's look at what some of the other data points are saying. So Nifty is, of course, in blue sky zone. There is no resistance, so we don't know where it's going to stop. So we are not saying that you just go ahead with FOMO effect and put in a lot of fresh money. Be circumspect, but there is no reason to short this market. At best, you are going to wait, and it's very difficult to catch the top. But at the same time, it is not advisable to get in a strong rally somewhere in between, because you never know whether it is in between or it is towards the end. So sometimes it is wise to sit in the last leg of the rally and wait for your time to come before you bring in further investment in the market. But that suggestion apart, let's look at some of the important data points. When we look at the price action, I think the Friday high and the low is very important. When I'll just quickly move to the options data, because all the technical indicators are fairly bullish. If you look at the options data, a lot of call writing happened on Friday at 21,000. These call writers are going to panic if Nifty goes above 21,050 or so and stays there for a while. Then you will see a short covering move. If we remain close to between say 20,000 to 21,000 to 20,900 to 21,050 or so, it may be a range bound market. I'm sorry to be confused with 21,000, 20,000. The markets have moved so fast that all these numbers which were etched in our head have to be reset. So PCR is neutral on the shorter time frame. No worries from there, that perspective. FI data remains positive. And typically, whenever FI is buy, they pour in a lot of money in the large cap. So there may be some rotation, which may happen from small cap to large cap. Keep that in mind if your portfolio is largely made of the small cap. US markets remain bullish. S&P is very close to the July 27th high of 4607. I think if it breaks it and stays there for a while, you will see a further up move in the US market. Dollar index should be put on watch because it has inched up from 102.5 to 104 in the last 8 trading sessions. That is showing on the commodities prices, and it will also, if it strengthens further, then it will impact the emerging markets. So keep an eye on that. Bond yield, after peaking, it is down almost 20% to 4.1. It had peaked at 5.0 some percentage. So overall, the international markets include, and particularly the US market, has a very positive bias. So there is no reason, once again, for us to be short in this market. If you're invested, remain invested. If you want to bring in fresh money, be careful, because don't get into that FOMO effect. I know many of us didn't see this sharp up move coming from 18,800 to almost to 2,200, 2,300 points, that kind of move. But at the same time, there is no reason to say that the people who have not invested will not get their opportunity. Markets never move in the linear direction. It always moves in a zigzag direction. So after every sharp rise, there would be some fall. And maybe that would be the time to bring in fresh investment. But keep in mind, don't short this market. With that, we would like to conclude today's session. If you liked our analysis, please like our video and also subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for watching this particular episode, and we wish all of you a very happy trading week ahead.